Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and namaste to all my dear friends and masters. I am Vikal Gupta from Bangalore. So, Omega Pyramid, Dallas, PSSM Corporate, and Pyramid Valley International. Welcome you all to day 113, that is 113th day of the Stillness Beat meditation program. That is your daily meditation dose. So, as we all know, this is the consistent platform to provide us an opportunity to do the consistent and daily regular practice of meditation. So, without further ado, let's all welcome Master Balaji to guide us to the meditation. Good morning, Balaji.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My dear friends, my dear masters, my dear gods. Good morning, everyone. Let us start our daily meditation. Kindly be seated wherever you are comfortable, either on chair or on floor. If you are sitting on floor, kindly squat your feet. And if you are sitting on chair or a sofa, kindly cross your feet, either left on right or right on left. Whichever you are comfortable, you can take the comfortable posture. Be seated, relaxed. Now, kindly clasp your fingers into fingers. If you are wearing any eyeglasses, kindly remove them off. They are not required while doing meditation. Gently close your eyes and start observing your normal, natural, easy, soft, simple, and tranquil breath. Let there be no force on the breath. Keep observing the breath, which is flowing inside and outside. Try to make your mind as empty as possible. If you come across any kind of thoughts running in your mind, gently cut them off or ignore them off. Let your mind be in the state of emptiness for this 45 minutes of meditation. Keep observing the breath, my dear friends. Be relaxed. Do not think anything about your routine tasks, emails, task lists, or anything else for this 45 minutes. Do not think anything to produce a solution for the issues that are running in the life. For this 45 minutes of meditation, kindly make your minds as empty as possible. Let your physical mind completely step into emptiness. Only then your meditation actually begins. Be with your breath, my dear friends. Meditation is a process of relaxing your physical body and silencing your chattering mind. Be with your breath, my dear friends. Let us all dwell into deep meditation with the help of music. Kindly do not open your eyes. Be with your breath. Another 15 more minutes. Kindly be with your breath, my dear ones. Do not take turns. Keep observing the breath. 15 more minutes. Be with your breath. Be with your breath, my dear masters. Slowly bring your focus onto your heart center. Let us recap the statements of Ho'oponopono. Say to your own selves, I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Let us say once again, I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. And thank you. Let us say once again, I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Be with your breath, my dear friends. Keep observing the breath. Now let us memorize the 4 agreements given by the Master Toltec. Be impeccable with your words. Don't take anything personally. Don't make any kind of assumptions. Always do your best. Now, let us say to your own selves, I am impeccable with my words. I don't take anything personally. I don't make any kind of assumptions. And I always do my best. Last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Kindly place your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. And you may open your eyes when you are ready. Thank you, my dear masters. We have done a beautiful meditation of 45 minutes today. Thank you so much, and good morning to everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Balaji. So it's time to move into the next segment of this program. So I hope everybody is coming back. As you guys are coming back from the meditation, let's welcome Master Prithvi to take us through the meditation dose today. And the big theme is the powerful correction. So it's going to be again an impactful and powerful session by Prithvi. Over to you, Prithvi. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Vikilji, and good morning, Balaji. Thank you so much. And thank you for meditating consistently. We have been looking at the powerful corrections. We looked at 2 agreements and we know the 3rd agreement. And this is the most important agreement to make corrections with your relationship. If you can follow this agreement 100%, all of your relationships with your closed ones, at your workplace, and with your friends will start getting better, and you will start building more deeper bonds with people. So let's look at why we are not supposed to make assumptions. All right. So this is a guide for clear communication and understanding, because we always assume things. And according to research, they say that 91% of workplace failures stem from miscommunication and unchecked assumptions. Most of the time, people fill the gaps with guesses and they create illusion of understanding. They think that they have understood, but it's just an illusion. They haven't. And because of this, the trust gets delicated. There will be damages in the relationship, and cost of assumption is far greater than the courage to clarify. So the biggest misunderstanding in life is not what is said. It is what is not said and assumed. That creates the biggest misunderstandings. So usually what happens is when there's a gap, our mind instinctively fills the silence with assumption. We do not check, we do not ask, but we start believing our own story. And we assume whatever we assume, that becomes our reality. So what we are assuming is not true, and what we are creating in our reality is also not true. It's all just the interpretation of the reality that we are creating. And what is an assumption? We all know very clearly that an assumption is a meaning that you create without truth. There will be very little truth in that. It's your interpretation, your story that you have created from your mind, and you don't see what it is. You see what your interpretation about the situation is. So if you think that they have ignored you and they are not respecting you, you will start building narratives like, I'm not valued, I'm not respected in the family. But the truth would be they are actually busy with some other thing where they are not able to give time to you, but they truly value you and your presence in their life. So we tend to interpret situations according to what is running in our mind. And this creates a loop. This is called assumption loop, or you can call it as illusion loop. What happens is it starts with incomplete information. We will not have complete information about the situation, about the person. We receive partial data, fragmented messages, unclear signals from others. And with this incomplete information, we start filling the gaps. We will not ask, we will not clarify, but we start filling the gaps with our automatic assumptions based on our past experiences and fears. And we create a story, construct a narrative that feels true, but are built on illusion rather than verified facts. And then we start acting upon that illusion. We respond to our invented story, causing misunderstanding and damaging relationship. There was one experience that I had actually. While I was driving a bike, what happened was there was a signal and there was no space at all, but a man, he just came so rushingly, and there was no space at all, but somehow he made space from his bike and he hit the mirror of my bike and he jumped the signal and he just moved on. And I got so frustrated by his behavior. And by looking at his attire and the behavior, I made an assumption. I didn't have complete information of what is happening with him. My mind filled the gap, created a story saying that maybe he's drunk and that's why he's driving like this. And I was so frustrated and I started shouting at him. When he crossed the signal, I started shouting at him. That's the reaction that I had because of the story that was created in my mind. But then when I drove further, I was going to a hospital to visit my aunt. And in that hospital, I saw the same man rushing to save his wife in the emergency ward. His wife had come in the ambulance and he was wanting to chase the ambulance. I didn't have this complete story at all in my head. So without this complete information, I had created an image of him being a drunkard and breaking the rules. So most of the times, this is how we fill the gap in our minds without having the complete information. And this was a situation where I couldn't actually communicate. But most of the time in our relationships also, we do not clarify. There are 4 ways how assumption gets created. One is we have fear of asking. We feel that I shouldn't be intrusive. I shouldn't be asking these personal questions, or I shouldn't get trapped into the certainty of things, and let me be safe. So thinking that it is not good to ask, we fear asking, and we keep quiet. We become silent rather than seeking clarity. And then we start reading minds. The second reason for creating assumption is we think that we understand people much better. And we think whatever they are thinking, I'm able to understand. Without questioning, without clarifying, we assume we know what others think or feel. And this mental projection replaces genuine understanding with invented narratives that rarely match reality. What we think others are thinking will never be the truth. And we have been projecting the beliefs. We expect that others to see world as we do. Each one of us are programmed differently. Each one of us perspective will be different. Yet we think that even others should believe or perceive the way I do it. And because of that, projecting the beliefs, we become the lens through which we interpret everyone else's action. And we don't want to get into conflicts. We want to be safe. So we choose comfortable silence over difficult conversation. So this avoidance creates deeper misunderstanding and unresolved tensions that compound over time. In fact, Osho says that the biggest and the only problem of humanity is not communicating properly. If we can communicate clearly, almost 99% of the problems will be cleared. And in relationships, what happens is not just assumptions, we will have unspoken expectations also. We will keep some kind of expectations in the mind. We don't communicate it. And we keep expecting the other person to understand what is running in my mind and act accordingly. I used to do this a lot of times with my brother. I used to expect that he should come and help me with certain tasks. He should take the responsibility of certain things at home. I don't communicate that with him, but I'll be expecting in my mind, and that keeps building the tension in my mind. And once for all, I start putting out it as an anger on him. I wouldn't have ever communicated. He says, you never told me that you were expecting. If you just had told me one word that you want me to do this, I would have done. Why did you keep it in your mind? So most of the time we think that the other person will be understanding what we are expecting, but we need to actually clearly communicate. And most conflicts come from misinterpretations. The core issue isn't about what has happened. It's what you assume it means to you and what meant to you. So we have to actually always communicate clearly. If we keep on assuming, what is the cost of assumption is, one is miscommunication keeps multiplying. We will get into the trap of emotion because we keep expecting, we don't communicate clearly. We will keep creating our own narratives in the head, and we get into the emotional pain, which keeps on deepening. And then, because of this, we silently resent, and that will result in broken relationships. If your relationships and workplace has to thrive, you have to choose clarity over illusion. Assumptions will only create illusion. Assumptions will never give you clarity of what truth is. So the solution for this agreement that we have made all in our childhood, agreeing upon wrong assumptions, is to have the courage to ask. It is absolutely okay. You don't have to fear of asking. You have to gather courage to ask. The path to clarity requires lot of courage. Otherwise, you will comfortably live in illusion and keep uh, living in that illusion loop. So instead of filling gaps with your guesses, interpretations, assumptions, ask people questions. We must find strength to ask questions and seek truth directly. So this agreement seems to be simple, but it's not easy at all. We always want to avoid conflicts and be nice to people, but that will not help you. If you have to be in truth, in clarity, and deepen your relationships, you have to gather courage to ask questions. So the step one of this assumption, not making assumption, is to ask clearly. Ask, what do you mean by this? If you don't understand, don't interpret. It is okay sometimes to sound like a dumb person. If you don't understand, please ask, and ask very clearly, what do you mean by this? I don't want to make my own interpretation. So please clearly communicate, ask it, and ask them to clarify. Questions will always reveal truth and prevent misunderstanding. And second thing is, express clearly what is running in your mind, what you are feeling. The other person is not having any special power to get into you and read what's happening in your head, right? The other person will not have access to feel what you are feeling, right? Exactly. Be very precise. Maybe they might understand that you are disturbed, but they will not understand why you are disturbed. So you need to be precise enough in expressing out. Say what you feel. Voice out your emotions honestly and openly. Voicing out doesn't mean you have to throw out. It just means that you communicate with a lot of patience. Say what you need. Put your needs on the table. Without asking, people will not really understand. If I want my brother to do something, I just have to ask him. I just have to put my need on the table and he'll consider it. If I'm not doing that, it's creating a gap between me and him. So communicate your needs without hesitation. Say what you mean without expecting others to read between the lines. This is very important. Sometimes we complicatedly communicate and we leave certain gaps so that others will understand what is between the lines. So don't do that. Don't try to complicate. Let your communication be simple and clear, because clear expression will build trust. And then step 3 is don't fill the gaps. This is the most dangerous one. Even if you don't ask, if you don't express, it is okay. But the habit of the mind is, when we are not asking, when we are not expressing, the gap that is between is filled by the mind. And mind will create its own narratives depending on past experiences. It will not have complete truth about what is happening now. What has happened in the past is very different than what is happening now. But mind knows what has happened only in the past, and it will keep creating the stories based on it. So this is a very dangerous thing. Don't fill the gaps. If you don't know something, resist the urge to invent your explanation. Don't invent your own explanations. Don't assume, and it is okay sometimes to embrace uncertainty. For a certain period of time, if you don't know, it is absolutely okay. But seek clarity. Don't go by wrong assumptions or vague guesses and fill the gaps. So this is about correcting this will help in correcting the relationships. We have inner assumptions a lot. All the steps that we talked about, it'll help in correcting assumptions and relationship with other people. But a lot of assumptions are about our own self, about our capabilities, about our potentiality, about what we can do and what we cannot do. Most of the time, we assume that I cannot do this. We don't even give it a try, but we just assume that, oh, maybe this is not my cup of tea, so let me stay away. It's very comfortable to, just get back and say that and be with the assumption. So self-doubt, discussed as fact, limits your potential. You will never be able to explore what your capacity is if you sit with your assumptions. And if you think you always fail because of the past experience, you should never think that you are limited with that potential. You should always challenge your potential and never be pessimistic, because assumptions always lead to pessimism. And you will always think that maybe this will not work. Maybe I might fail. Those are just illusions of your mind. It's an assumption made by mind. It's not the truth. So do not predict about the future. Take courage to actually act upon it. If you want to do something, act upon it. Be courageous. Don't be, not willingful or fearful of taking action. Don't sit with your assumptions. Break the pattern, interrupt the assumption cycle, and always ask, is it true or is it just an assumption? The simple question will break the automatic pattern that we are used to doing things. So if we can practice this one agreement, it'll give us freedom and it'll reduce a lot of conflicts within and conflicts in our relationships. If just imagine if you can just communicate what's running in the head without expecting the other person to read your mind, so much of conflict will go down, right? And always choose clarity over illusion. Don't sit with the illusion. Your mind interpretations are always an illusion, because mind will never have complete information. You will always have the access to 100% information only in the present moment. And whatever the mind has is just an illusion. It's not the complete information. So don't react. Always respond to your assumptions. And if you start doing this, you will start feeling very light and you will start acting from understanding rather than assumption. So once we start asking clear questions, once we start expressing more freely and not fill the gap between assumption and the truth, what happens is the right understanding comes in place. So we will understand people better by asking questions. So have courage and start reflecting upon this, friends. This is very, very important. Today, please make a note of it and look at the things that you have been assuming in your life. In what situations do I jump to conclusion most of the time without having complete information? Please reflect upon this. And what do I believe without ever verifying the truth? And the third thing is, what expectation have I not clearly expressed to others? Unspoken expectations. What is that you're carrying in your mind? Please write it down and start expressing it to people. This will definitely put you on spot. It'll put you on a hot seat. It'll not be easy for you to have that difficult conversation with people, but trust me, it's going to build a lot of trust in your relationships, and you will have a lot of good bonded, deep relationship with your own self and with others. And you will not live in illusion. You will seek truth and you want clarity all the time. So this one agreement, I just love this, and I always do my best to follow this agreement. So let's intend for today by understanding this agreement, which helps us to heal our relationship and communicate better. So I request all of you to close your eyes. And let's intend for the day. Let me choose clarity over assumptions and truth over story. Let me gather courage to ask and to express clearly. Let me always seek truth and not go by incomplete information. Let me ask, question, and gain clarity and deepen my relationship. Let me trust myself and all the people around me. Let me trust the process of new agreements transforming my life. Thank you. Thank you, friends. Over to you, Vikilji. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prithvi. Wonderfully explained. And friends, specifically for me, the takeaway from this is the courage. The most important and impactful part is the courage. As you start gathering the courage, your assumptions start going down slowly, and you have the courage to ask the question. But be careful. Having courage doesn't mean that you get arrogant and ask aggressively. Be impeccable with your words. Be soft, be humble. With assertiveness, ask those questions. Thank you very much, Prithvi. Deep gratitude. So, friends, let's conclude this session. I would like to thank you very much for taking out time, joining from all across the globe, and being the part of this journey. So, tomorrow, again, we'll meet same time. Till then, have a great time. Bye-bye. Take care.